Good afternoon and welcome to Canterbury's Sixth Form Awards Assembly. We will begin this afternoon with a prayer from Sacristan Gigi Esposito.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Creator God, on this beautiful day in this wonderful space, we give you thanks for bringing us this far. We pray for all those who have made it possible for us to celebrate this moment, especially our parents, our grandparents, our families and friends, our teachers and administrators. At the same time, we acknowledge that there are families and communities in our country who are grieving unthinkable losses of innocent lives. As we celebrate our successes, help us to continue to ground ourselves in solidarity with others in the continued work of service and justice. Help us always to rejoice together in the knowledge of your truth. Continue to enlighten with your wisdom all who teach and all who learn. Lord God, nurture the deep hopes which are in our hearts this day. As we take off now along different roads, we may know a world where there is peace. May we be ever filled with your mercy and compassion, your light and your life. May we always use our talents, our achievements, our knowledge of truth for others, and may we always do that and be ever for your greater glory. This in faith we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Gigi. Let me begin this afternoon's assembly by welcoming family members to the official start of our celebration of the class of 2022 and by offering congratulations to our seniors. By this time tomorrow, you will have transitioned from Canterbury student to Canterbury graduate. Before we turn to leadership recognition and presentation of awards, I would ask that we all pause. Look around. Look around. Thanks, Cam. Acknowledge that today is May 26th, that tomorrow you graduate, and that the highs and lows, the Wednesday sleep-ins and Saturday dress downs, and Seabury skies and school meeting shout-outs that have been woven throughout your Canterbury journey are almost over. Think back to your day as you walked out of Piggott, through Brody, across the street to the top of the Wallace Mall steps. Can you channel that feeling, that realization that this moment marked a tradition tied tightly to your final moments as seniors? As you marched as a class down those steps, across the Steers Center patio and toward the South House lawn, with the underformers cheering you on, did you recognize just how quickly the year would fly by and just how special that moment was for the sixth form? Hold tight to those memories all the way tomorrow afternoon, for they will help carry you forward. Let me now offer the reminder I share every May with the graduating class at this assembly. Collectively, you have embraced your experiences here and developed self-awareness, discipline, and confidence along the way. That learning curve never ends. You will face it again next fall as a new round of challenges arrives. But you are ready. You know yourselves as students. You know that persistence counts just as much as intelligence, if not more. And you know that seeking help is a strength, not a weakness. And so this afternoon, as we celebrate success and noteworthy performance, please remember that these awards are a celebration of excellent work, but not a definition of where you stand as students and people. All of you have found success along your Canterbury journeys, and it's the journey, of course, that is the true prize. The faculty and I thank and congratulate you for your good work and the impact you have made and will leave on our community. And now, Mr. Levine for leadership recognition.
Thank you, Mrs. Stone. For those in the audience that have attended a sixth form awards assembly in the past, you know I like to remind, as Mrs. Stone did, just how quickly a year goes. There's a chance back in mid-October or mid-February you thought we were crawling along. Suppose that might have happened. But it's done. As she said, Here we are in McGuire Auditorium, less than 24 hours. Home stretch, final hours, less than a day. So I asked the same question, how did we get here? How did you get to May 26th? The answer lies a full 12 months ago in this very space. A year ago at the Underform Awards Assembly, some of you received book prizes, some of you received awards for performances in art and in speeches and in other. Also in that assembly a year ago, I spoke about student leadership and what that looks like here at Canterbury. The faculty in the audience don't possess the sharp memory our seniors do, so I decided to remind you all of those words. Back then, I brought up a topic many of you discussed in one or more of your theology classes, the idea of Catholic social teaching. And I picked those days 2 principles, and I asked that you keep them in mind as you become leaders. The first back then was the principle of solidarity. Simply put, the teaching states that we're all part of one human family. The second principle back then was a call to community and participation. Again, to simplify, that all people are not only sacred, but social. I suggested last May that you had a right and a duty to participate on this hilltop. A blink of an eye later, and we look back over this academic year, Ms. BT, Mr. Omanya, Ms. EJ, and I are all proud to say your leadership represented those very principles, and many more. You became one big family and you participated along the way. You as individuals and as a group led in solidarity and in seeking the common good for all. I speak for the administration and faculty today as I recognize and thank this past year's student leaders for their stewardship of this community. I ask that you stand as I read your names. First, our Sixth Form Council. Hanyan Tsai, Bella Kariosha, Mav Foster, Jerry Liu, Abby Mitchell, Colin Mulhern, Diego Paredes, Ashley Regina, and David Salazar. Our sacristans, Stella Bandak, Ella Cafaro, Bella Kariosha, Max Cooper, Gigi Esposito, Giancarlo Ferracci, Lindsay Grandolfo, Claire Kessing, Patrick McKiernan, Kate Pisano, Ashley Regina, David Salazar, and Alex Schneider. Our lead ambassadors, Ella Cafaro, Bella Kariosha, Tori Gioli, Lindsay Grandolfo, Jerry Liu, Gavin Long, Abby Mitchell, Colin Mulhern, Kaylee Naughton, Diego Paredes, Ashley Regina, Logan Sanford, Cooper Steppenque, and Brooke Stevenson. Our international student ambassadors, Hanyan Tsai, Marina Fossati-Druck, Grace Gu, Max Makalov, Diego Paredes, Mateo Ciabato, Jacqueline Yang, and Neil Yao. Our day student proctors, Bella Kariosha, Jen Castro, Emily Chickering, Ian Fernandez, Jacob Gee, Ryan Marisi, Olivia Miola, Abby Mitchell, James Maurice, Kaylee Naughton, Peter Relick, Aiden Richardson, Logan Sanford, Serena Sheth, and Cooper Steppenque. Our boarding proctors, Hannah Annunziata, Ella Cafaro, Hanyan Tsai, Max Cooper, Giancarlo Ferracci, Tori Gioli, Grace Gu, Stephen Kershaw, Claire Kessing, Gavin Long, Jerry Liu, Trevor McDonald, Max Makalov, Alistair Ostrowski, Diego Paredes, Kate Pisano, Ashley Regina, David Salazar, Maddie Samplatsky, Alex Schneider, Nikki Sheriff, Brooke Stevenson, and Jackie Yang. And finally, our DEIJ Council, Lawrence Brady, Lindsay Grandolfo, Jerry Liu, David Salazar, Logan Sanford, and Serena Sheth. Thank you all.
Before I turn it over to Mr. Stone, I would like to invite Brock Hamilton, Blue and Gold Officer and Admission Liaison for the United States Naval Academy, to the stage.
Good afternoon. My name is Brock Hamilton. I'm a Blue and Gold officer affiliated with the United States Naval Academy's Admissions Office. It's my distinct pleasure to have the opportunity today to recognize the significant honor one of your students has earned by receiving an appointment to the United States Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. Founded in 1845, the U.S. Naval Academy today is a prestigious four-year military service academy that prepares midshipmen morally, mentally, and physically to be professional officers in the United States Navy or the United States Marine Corps. This year, this individual was one of about 16,500 students from throughout the nation who applied for one of approximately 1,200 appointments to the Naval Academy's class of 2026. The admissions process is unique and requires each student to apply for it and receive a nomination, most commonly from their congressman or U.S. senator, must complete 3 or 4 independent interviews, pass through a medical exam, and successfully pass a physical fitness evaluation in addition to the usual submission of transcripts, recommendations, and essays. Screening is thorough, with a focus on well-rounded individuals who have demonstrated leadership potential and a willingness to accept responsibility, as well as outstanding academic credentials. In addition to this appointment, this student received a congressional nomination to the Naval Academy from New Jersey Congressman Josh Gottheimer. An appointment to the Naval Academy is equivalent to a full 4-year academic scholarship, including all tuition, room, board, medical, and dental benefits. It's estimated that the value of this appointment exceeds $450,000. After completing the 4-year curriculum at the Naval Academy, all students receive a Bachelor of Science degree in one of 26 majors and earn a commission as an ensign in the United States Navy or second lieutenant in the United States Marine Corps. Afterwards, they will have a minimum 5-year commitment of military service. So on behalf of Admiral Sean Buck, the Superintendent of the Naval Academy, it's my pleasure to present this certificate of appointment to the Naval Academy's class of 2026 to Aiden John Kehoe.
Thank you, Brock, and congratulations, Aiden. Big deal. Mr. Stone.
The senior athletic blanket is presented to those athletes that have earned a varsity letter in all 3 seasons their senior year. The following will receive blankets for the class of 2022. Please hold your applause to the end. For boys, Peter Coakley, soccer, hockey, and lacrosse. Giancarlo Faraci, soccer, hockey, and lacrosse. Ian Fernandez, soccer, squash, and tennis. Colin Mulhern, cross country, hockey, and lacrosse. Diego Paredes, soccer, swimming, and crew. Peter Relich, soccer, squash, and golf. Alex Schneider, soccer, squash, and baseball. And Mac Wainick, football, basketball, and lacrosse. Come on up, boys. For our girl athletes, Hannah Annunziata, field hockey, hockey, and softball. Stella Bandek, field hockey, squash, and lacrosse. Ella Calfero, field hockey, hockey, and softball. Marina Fasadi Druck, soccer, basketball, and tennis. Tori Gioli, soccer, swimming, and track. Erica Green, soccer, hockey, and softball. Mari Leonard, field hockey, hockey, and softball. And Brooke Stevenson, field hockey, basketball, and track. This afternoon, I will be presenting the Most Improved Athlete, the Athletic Leadership Award, and the Best All-Around Athlete Award. Tomorrow at graduation, we will present the Scholar Athlete Award. The Canterbury Most Improved Athlete Award, presented to the athlete who has made the most significant improvement during their athletic careers at Canterbury. This year's recipients are Brooke Stevenson and Henry Vetter. The Canterbury Athletic Leadership Award, presented to the athlete who displays a high level of character, leadership, sportsmanship, and discipline while competing for Canterbury. The award goes to 3 students, Hannah Annunziata, Mac Wainick, and Logan Sanford. The Best All-Around Athlete Award, presented to the most accomplished athlete in the class of 2022. This year we have 2 girl recipients to start. The first is a multi-sport athlete who is best known for a tremendous work ethic, whether it was in soccer as the lockdown defender with the powerful leg that scored the game-winning championship goal in the New England Finals, or in swimming and diving, where she was relentlessly improving her techniques. She was determined to be the best as she could, and help the team win at all times. Our second recipient, also a multi-sport athlete, was a physical force on her teams. As the glue to the midfield for the soccer team the last 3 years, she set the tempo for the games, and her opponents feared her. She was selected to the All-New England team her senior year. In hockey, she was always a strong presence on the ice as a power forward that possessed one of the hardest shots in the league. Both of these athletes battled through significant injuries while at Canterbury, but they kept coming back to perform for their teams. Their dedication impressed their teammates, who selected them each captain of 2 teams their senior year. This duo played a huge role in leading the girls' soccer team to the New England Championship in 2019. They have both impacted our program tremendously. Tori Gioli and Ashley Regina. The Best All-Around Athlete for boys, we also have 2 recipients. The first was a dominant force for the football and lacrosse teams. As a halfback on the football team, he was a devastating weapon for the Saints offense, scoring 20 touchdowns and putting up over 1,500 all-purpose yards. He was named the Evergreen League Offensive Player of the Year and All-New England. In lacrosse, Coach Roberts says of this guy, he is one of the most prolific scorers he's ever coached. He has an explosive first step and is able to run past defenders, making difficult matchups for opponents. This year, he scored 67 goals and 17 assists. For all of his accolades, he was named MVP in both football and lacrosse. Our second recipient has been a 3-sport athlete since he started with us 4 years ago, excelling in cross country, hockey, and lacrosse. In fact, this guy could probably play any sport at Canterbury. A terrific athlete and a tenacious competitor. A top 5 runner for the cross-country team, he helped the Saints win the Division II New England title this fall. In hockey, as one of the top defensemen, he played with poise and patience under pressure, and Coach McCarthy speaks highly of the great improvement and the impact he has made on the team and the program. And in lacrosse, Coach Roberts says that he has been the staple of the program the last 4 years, serving as captain the last 2, a reliable presence at midfield, transitioning the ball between the lines and controlling the offense. He was the recipient of the Coaches Award in cross country, hockey, and lacrosse. On their way to play football for Trinity College and lacrosse for Providence College, Tyler DiNapoli and Cullen Mulhern. And now, Mr. Mathewson.
The Edward F. Mack Awards in memory of Edward F. Mack, who was a master at Canterbury from 1928 through 1957. For an outstanding contribution in a particular area of school life, for outstanding contributions to community service. This year presented to 2 students, Claire Kessing and Serena Scheth. For outstanding contributions to the Sustainability Club, this year presented to 2 students, Giovanna Esposito and Sebastian Vascarician. For outstanding contributions to theater, for performance in a male role, to Neil Chisho Yao. For performance in a female role, to Isabella Cariosha. For outstanding service as a proctor, this year presented to 6 students. Please hold your applause until I read all names. In Carmody House, Hanyan Tsai. In Carter House, Caitlin Pisano. In Duffy House, Claire Kessing. In Havemeyer House, Maxim Makalov. In Sheehan House, Alistair Ostrowski. In South House, Hannah Annunziata. For outstanding service as an admission ambassador, this year presented to 2 students, Isabella Cariosha and Logan Sanford. For outstanding contributions to the Women of Canterbury, this year presented to 2 students, Giovanna Esposito and Catherine Naughton. For outstanding contributions as a sacristan, to Claire Kessing. For outstanding contributions to student government, this year presented to 2 students, Hanyan Tsai and Isabella Cariosha. The 6th form awards in course. The Edward J. Duffy Family Award. for excellence in the study of studio art, given in memory of Mr. Duffy by his children. To Ada San Sui. The Francis T. Carmody 25 Award in memory of Trustee Francis Carmody, son of founding Trustee Terrence Carmody, for creative talent in art. To Catherine Naughton. The Gerald A. and Therese J. Vanas Choral Music Award, given by the family and friends of Mr. and Mrs. Vanas. Mr. Vanas served as school organist, choral club accompanist, glee club director, music director of spring musicals, and shared his love of music with Canterbury students from 1960 to 1990. The award is given to the student who has demonstrated the highest level of leadership. To Neil Chisho Yao. The Stephen N. 43 and Lacey Hume Award, given in memory of Trustee Emeritus Stephen N. 43 and his wife Lacey. Stephen was a son of the founding headmaster. For excellence in the study of contemporary music, this year presented to two students, Maverick Foster and Alessandra King. The Frederick L. Gilson 50 Award for excellence in classical music performance to Ian Fernandez. For excellence in the study of the carillon to Neil Chisho Yao. The John Thomas Smith Award for excellence in the study of English, given in memory of John Thomas Smith, benefactor of the school and parent, to Lindsay Grandolfo. The English Essay Award, awarded to the author of the best critical essay written for the annual sixth form essay assignment, to Serena Sheth. The Francis T. Carmody 25 Prize Awards, in memory of Trustee Francis Carmody, son of founding Trustee Terrence Carmody, for creative talent in prose, to Christopher Lynch. creative talent in poetry to Aiden Richardson. The Alan A. Ryan Award for Excellence in the Study of History, given in memory of Mr. Ryan, a founding trustee and parent, to Alistair Ostrowski. The Captain Thomas J. Sartor Award for Excellence in the Study of Science, given in memory of Captain Sartor from the class of 1919, benefactor of the school and parent. This year presented to 2 students, Serena Sheth and Neil Chisho Yao. The Weldon R. Knox Award, established by the class of 1971 in memory of Mr. Knox, who taught math from 1960 to 1975. Awarded to the student who has demonstrated the greatest improvement in the study of mathematics while at Canterbury. To Philip Capelli. The James A. Farrell Award, given in memory of Mr. Farrell, a founding trustee and benefactor of the school, for excellence in the study of mathematics, to Hanyan Tsai. The Hubert McDonnell Award for excellence in the study of theology, given in memory of Mr. McDonnell, a trustee from 1938 to 1950 and parent, to Jeremiah Keefe. The James K. Breen Jr. Latin Award, given by the class of 1963 in memory of Mr. Breen, who was a master at Canterbury from 1955 to 1973, during which he inspired his students with his integrity, intellect, and humor. The award is given to the sixth former who has demonstrated unusual dedication to the classics while at Canterbury. To Neil Chisho Yao. The Terrence F. Carmody Award, given in memory of founding trustee Terrence F. Carmody for excellence in the study of languages. In French, to Alistair Ostrowski. In Spanish, this year presented to 3 students, Hanyan Tsai Caitlin Pisano and Serena Sheth. The Canterbury Honor Society was established in 1989 to recognize and to celebrate academic excellence. Members of the class of 2022 are invited to come forward. Please hold your applause until I read all names. Stella Bandak. Lawrence Brady. Hanyan Sai. Emily Chickering. Isabella Cariosha. Jennifer Castro. Giovanna Esposito. Ian Fernandez. Marina Fossati Druck. Jacob Gee. Victoria Gioielli. Lindsay Grandolfo. Erica Green. Jeremiah Keefe. Walter Kershaw. Mari Leonard. Jerry Liu. Gavin Long. Ryan Marisi. Olivia Miola. Abigail Mitchell. Maxime Makalov. Catherine Naughton. Alistair Ostrowski. Patrick O'Shaughnessy. Caitlin Pisano. Ashley Regina. David Salazar.
Build a pyramid or something?
Madeline Simplatsky. Logan Sanford. Alex Schneider. Nicola Sheriff. Serena Sheth. Mateo Ciabato. Cooper Steppenhue. George Chingju Tu.
Mateo.
Sebastian Voskerichian. Eric Jianquin Yang.
Seb.
Jacqueline Zichen Young, Neil Chisho Yao, Peter Yunfan Zhang.
Neil.
Peter's walking up. The Roderick Clark 46th Distinguished Academic Achievement Award, given by the class of 1956 in memory of Mr. Clark, who served Canterbury from 1954 to 1990 as history teacher, director of studies, college counselor, and as Canterbury's headmaster for his last 12 years. Awarded to the student with the highest GPA. Presented by Mrs. Stone to the class of 2022 valedictorian, Hanyan Sai.
And now, Ms. Berrytune.
These remarks are both to recognize and to thank this year's sixth form class and council, as well as to introduce the representative speaker, Colin Mulhern. After spending the year learning about the class of 2022 and working specifically with the sixth form council, I really am honored to have this brief opportunity to reflect on all of you as a whole and leadership of the 9 members of the council. Ashley, Diego, David, Cullen, Maverick, Bella, Hanyan, Abby, thank you for the way that you have advocated for your peers relentlessly during this year of both trying to return to normalcy and of figuring out what normalcy can even mean. Thank you for your humor, for your encouragement, for your high energy, for your many perspectives, and most of all, thank you for your ability to show up week after week to advocate for one another and for your classmates. In every meeting, whether I forced you to talk about your feelings for 45 minutes before doing anything productive, or whether we sat in silence as you contemplating the remaining month on campus, the moments that you have spent together have made Canterbury better. Everything that you collectively have been and individually have done will have made a positive impact on this place long after tomorrow's ceremony. Thank you. There's more parts. I also want to recognize and briefly name some of the many leaders in your forum, both in title and in practice. Alistair, as a Sheehan dorm parent, being on duty with you 2 weeks ago was genuinely the highlight of my 5 years working here so far. Stephen's shoe drive through the dorm center and endless style, which I'm sure has inspired all of us, equally the best dressed at prom. Getting to know you on Duffy Patio this past fall really struck the tone in the best way for this year. Logan, Tori, Nikki, Kate, and Maddie, the way that you all thoroughly show up for every event that you spearhead through the Student Event Committee in the rising class of 2023 to emulate in every way. Lawrence, Council, the conversation that I was able to listen into right after SDLC, the one where David contemplated how to get free Chipotle burritos for life, has shifted how I hope to show up for our students next year. Thanks for letting me listen. Kaylee with Women of Canterbury and GSA, I am so proud of you. The boys varsity basketball team, you guys are great. And of course, to Gigi and to Trevor, thank you for continuing the legacy of Shirley, class of 2019, with her vision with Saints on the Hill. Not a small feat, and maybe the most important one for our small community. So to all of you, really, thank you. And finally, a note and a thank you to Cullen Mulhern, the consummate student leader and somebody who has impacted all of you and who has impacted me greatly this year. His impact on this campus speaks to itself, and there are genuinely so many times he has displayed leadership and character enough to recognize him 10 times over. So I'll actually just read aloud a few of the dozens of comments his peers wrote about him in our leadership application. This year, as was the case with your class, students who applied for any role answered the question, which person in the class of 2022 do you look up to and why? This is what students had to say about Cullen. I strive to be the person, athlete, and friend that Cullen is. He has made our community better by being a kind and caring person who always speaks the truth. I can't say one time when Cullen has made our community better. It seems that every day he does something that does so. I've always looked up to him for his ability to lead silently. He never complains, he always does everything with a smile and leads by setting the proper example. Cullen's ability to be personable with so many people makes him a better leader because he seems to be able to relate to everyone. He is someone who made me feel welcome the first week I got on campus. He goes out of his way to make sure that everyone around him feels comfortable whenever and wherever he is. So now to thank you, this year's Sixth Form Council representative, and welcome him up to the stage, Cullen Mulhern.
Hello, everybody. Before I start, I just want to recognize my brother. He's got the most obnoxious shirt in the room, so shout out to him. He's over there. Please stand up, actually. Yes, that's him. Dear Canterbury, I'm writing this to you, not as a hello, not as a goodbye, but as a thank you. No matter if you're a diehard or have only been here for a year, we have all reached the end of one of the most important chapters of our lives, graduating high school. With that being said, some of you are graduating high school twice, so congrats, you guys are all cooler than us graduating once. Yes, all of us have come from different schools, places, countries, and even planets. Shout out to Aiden Kehoe, you're really tall. But that's besides the point. The point is that we have all ended up at Canterbury in some way, shape, or form, and have built bonds and friendships that will last a lifetime. While it seems like the final page is about to turn in just under 24 hours, I thought I would take a moment to look back at where we started. In September of 2018, a group of 38 new students descended on Canterbury's campus. We were awkward freshmen. We were very unsure of ourselves. We traveled in a pack, and this day seemed so far in the distance. During our fourth form year, we gained what seemed like a ton of new people, and our class almost doubled, including the likes of Big Maverick and Jen. In the fall of our fifth form year, Mason Santomero, Liv Miola, Ty DiNapoli, Lawrence Brady, Mason Jackson, Swigs, and a few others joined, leaving us with our final group of new classmates this year in our postgraduate crew. This included my filmmaking dorm neighbor Jaden and the likes of the one and only Peter Coakley. And since he's not here, shout out to Eric Yang and the 6 other remote students. We miss you guys. As a class, we've experienced the ups and downs of Zoom learning and masking, but also reaped the benefits of the new Steer Center and Hamilton Stadium. We volunteered, performed, and competed. We've won halos and championships in soccer, basketball, and most importantly, cross country. Shout out Hanyan. These bonds that we have built and friendships that we have made are things that I will never forget, and hopefully we will never forget. We will look back on this with our kids, grandkids, and maybe even future Canterbury students, considering some of you may come back here and be the next Mrs. Roth or Mr. Roberts. Lastly, to the parents. Without you, none of this would be possible. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to go to an amazing place like Canterbury and sacrificing so much for us. You guys have helped build us into the people we are today. Hopefully one day we can all repay you for all that you have done. To the faculty and staff, thank you for all that you guys do for Canterbury and this community. You guys are the glue that holds this place together, and we are so grateful. We are so grateful to have you all. And finally, to the school, thank you for watching me grow up. From a tiny kid with a buzz cut, and now a semi-tall kid who somehow ends up with a mic in his hands. These last 9 years have been a ride, and will be with me to the end. Thank you, and roll Saints.
That was awesome, Cullen. Thank you. And now, Mrs. Armstrong and Varsity Voices. And so, tomorrow is the day. We look forward to celebrating the class of 2022, our 105th graduating class, and all that you have done to earn a Canterbury diploma. Remember, there are just a few more hours to soak it all in, so every now and then, take a moment to pause. Let's join in congratulating this afternoon's award recipients once again. Following one more number from Varsity Voices, we will ask that award winners meet on the Hume patio for pictures. And remember, everyone, we have dinner in the dining hall for families after this, baccalaureate mass at 7, and then seniors, you have senior chapel tonight. And we will we will release families first. But let's have Varsity Voices back. Thank you. Let the tears begin. Award winners, don't forget pictures outside. Parents and families, you may go first. Thank you.